COVID-19 cases continue to rise across the country. That also means an increase in COVID hospitalizations. Dr. Mike Benninghoff, ChristianaCare's medical director for the Medical Intensive Care Unit at Christiana Hospital, is here to share insight on COVID cases in Delaware. Dr. Benninghoff, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me, Megan.
So give us an overview of what it is like in the ICU right now.
Over the last few weeks, we've seen another wave of COVID patients, probably taking up, at this point, more than half of the intensive care unit. That's just in a short period of time. We've seen those numbers double. Every night, it seems like another 2 or 3 patients need admission to the intensive care unit.
And how have you seen those numbers change over the past few months? You know, we were in a much different place just 2 months ago.
We were. I think this is our 4th wave, to be technically accurate with the data. We saw our biggest surge, if you will, in the winter, and the one that we're on the upswing now has potential perhaps to get that bad as well. Hopefully not, but like I said, these numbers are numbers that we've seen 3 other times in the past, and the in-hospital census continues to grow with COVID patients.
And what is your message about vaccinations?
Messenger RNA vaccines are very safe. The bottom line is the overwhelming majority of people that we see in the hospital in acute care that require ICU admission are unvaccinated. And at the point where you're sick enough to be admitted to a hospital in this day and age, treatment of this disease process is much harder than prevention is. And we know that the vaccine is effective. We know that it's safe, and we know that in general, it keeps people out of the hospital.
And you mentioned the treatments for COVID. Some people are on the fence thinking if I get COVID, the treatments will save me, but that's not the bet you want to make.
Yeah, prevention is still the key. We have had a decent run with our regimen and medical management of this disease when it presents, but I think far and away, it's much simpler to prevent, and being vaccinated is the only way to really prevent it.
I think you probably just made the point, but what can people do to help you and your team in the ICU?
Yeah, studies across the world have shown that this is a deadly disease that can be mitigated from a population health standpoint by simply getting vaccinated.
Absolutely. Dr. Benninghoff, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Megan.